who are called builders. Now, we discussed another character, but we're going to discuss a character of a more honorable hue, and that is called the builder. The builder is honorable because the builder is concerned about progress. The builder is concerned about growth, and the builder is concerned about health because it takes health to have progress. There is no progress without health, and the builder is concerned about health. So it is more favorable to be a builder, but it is more difficult to maintain the aspects of discipline that you need in order to be a builder. It's more difficult to be a builder because it's more people doing otherwise than trying to build. More people are trying to do otherwise. And so therefore it would be a little more challenging and difficult to keep that up. Because otherwise it's simpler to get into, I mean, if you want to, for example, you could just throw, so it's not, it's a little more difficult, but it's vastly more rewarding because whatever you're building, it may last forever. It may just really last eternity. We have some examples on the earth, things that have outlasted many generations. You see what I'm saying? And that's just a little bit of what's there that we have discovered. Did you know we've only discovered 3% of the ocean? We only know what's in 3% of the ocean. Now, can you imagine a generation where we know 100% of what's in the ocean? Can you imagine that generation? We're not there yet. We're on the part where we know about 3 or 4% of what's in the ocean. So can you imagine? We know 100% of what's in the ocean. We've never, there's countless temples and fortresses and tombs and other creatures and other lives, other whole worlds underneath the ocean that we don't know about because we only know 3% right now. So we have a lot more to discover. We certainly have a lot more to do. And it doesn't make sense to be other than a builder at this time because that's what we need. 3%. Don't we want to get to 4%? Don't we want to get to 5%, 8%, 20%? Don't we want to get to these percent? We want to get to these percent. So, you see what I'm saying? We want to build according to what is correct. We want to build according to what is needed. What is needed is honor, most importantly. Is needed honor because guess who's listening? Guess who's watching? You see what I'm saying? It's 11:41. You want to do something recreational. The baby's outside. The kids are outside. You see what I'm saying? So the correct measure was introduced long before today. You see what I mean? So this is the advantage you have of being a builder is that you know what is progressive. You know what is going to help everyone. You know what is the correct thing for everyone. Okay, so you're already given the measure and the time. Another thing, I was supposed to go 200 miles front and back, and for nothing because they solved the problem. So they solved the problem, and I would have went out there for nothing. I would have went out there to see how he was doing, but there's someone out there caring for him. There's someone out there. So it wasn't like it wasn't going to get solved. Everything is being solved right now, simultaneously of me talking. Things are being solved right there. So I didn't need to do that. So that's what I'm talking about here. Is that, the builder will know what is correct and be able to promote the correction or provide the correction. The builder will be able to do that. And the builder is not going to worry about, you know, uh, whatever obstacles may appear, because the builder is beyond obstacles. The builder can just build a solution to the obstacles. See what I'm saying? The builder doesn't have to stay in the realm of obstacles. The builder doesn't have to do that. Now, other characters, they may have to do. They may have to live in the worlds that they're trying to, you know, other not build in. You see what I'm saying? They have to live in those zones. It's very real to them. They can't escape. It's just the way it is for them because of what they're doing. But when you're a builder, when you're helpful, and when you want to build and create more and innovate and improve, you learn more things much faster than other characters. This is why it's highlighted, because you're going to learn stuff, you're going to learn things quickly, and other people that are not builders are going to learn slower than you. Now, this means that it's more responsibility on you, vastly more, because you're building something up that others will live in. You're building a network that other people will subscribe to. Other people are going to get on your network that you're building up. It's like the phone company, Verizon. It's like all these different companies are building networks, and you're subscribing to their network, aren't you? Don't you pay the bill every month? Don't you buy the cable and the internet? Don't you do that every single month? Okay then. Now, did you build the network? No, you didn't. Verizon built the network. And you're just coming there and you're paying the bill for the service they're providing. That's fine. You get what you want, they get what they want. You just happen to want something less. You know why? Because you're not building nothing. You don't need all of that if you're not building nothing else. You only need a little bit. You see what I'm saying? And that's the point I'm making here. You only need a little bit. You don't need to tear things up. You need to build things up. If you see something that's there, don't try to take it away. Try to build it up. You know, if you see something there and you want it to, you know, be different or be your way or whatever it is, you know, just let it, you know, want to be like that. But that doesn't mean it's going to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you have in mind. That's good. But it doesn't mean it has to go that way. It's really up to the builder to have the correct insight on what to build. And that's from the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? The inspiration comes from the Lord on what to build. And then once you built that, then the other characters will come and consume what you built. And here's the thing. Whether or not is money involved, that is the relationship. That is the arrangement. So what does that mean? That means you in all labor there's profit. There's no way that if you become a builder that you won't be profitable. There's no way. Because the builder is building things that others will subscribe to. We're at 8 billion people. Imagine the world with 100 billion people on it. Imagine that. 100 billion people in the world. Imagine that. We're on 8 billion right now. How much of the ocean do we know? 3%. We're on 3% right now. We're not on even 10% yet of the ocean. So we have a long way to go. And no, your kids are probably not going to see everything. Well, one of those kids' generations is going to see. One of those kids' generations is going to see. One of those kids' generations is going to see. One of those kids' generations is going to see. So what are you doing now for them? You have other characters. That's their job. To try, but your job as the builder is to keep building anyway. You keep building regardless. No one told you that you didn't have to build. No one told you to stop building. If people of other characters appear and they tell you to stop, you don't have to stop. You can be respectful and slow down, but you don't have to stop. You can keep going until they show themselves. They will show who they are. because they will then try to stop you. Then you can defend yourself. Then you can retaliate. When they try to stop you, you let them know. Don't cross the line. Because why? In the Psalms 1 it says, don't stand in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. It says that. You understand? The book says that. The book says keep going. That's what the book says. So if people are saying stop, they're against the book. And if they're against the book, you don't have to adhere to that. You don't have to listen to that. Then they'll show a little more. And once they show a little more, that's when. You see what I'm saying? Once they show you who they are, then you know. And then you do what you need to do to navigate whichever character it is. But the builder is the one everyone rallies around. So right now, while it's 3% of the ocean, become a builder. Don't become one of these other characters before you started building first. Become a builder. Praise the Lord.